Now we're going to read in from a file. What you see right here is random.txt, and we're going to open that file and read it in. So let's go ahead and do File, New Java, Public Class, Read File Example. All right. So we're going to need to use the import java.util.scanner class. Now the scanner class is very useful. It is the kind of a modern Swiss Army knife of input and output. There are many, many different libraries for reading things in, for writing things out, but the scanner class is a very useful, just all-purpose class for reading in text files. So let's go ahead and show some examples. Public static void main string string args, and let's go ahead and say string file name equals, and now the name of this particular file name is random.txt. All right, equals random.txt. Now, the thing is, if I'm going to open this file, it has to be in the same directory, the same folder as this Java file. So scanner n equals new scanner, and then I'm going to have to say new file and then file name. Now this is the same as if I were to say file equals new file and then file name, and then I could pass in, in fact I'll just do it here, scanner n equals new scanner, and then I'll say file. There we go. And right here I'll just say random.txt. This one line right here is equivalent to these 3 lines. So if you want to put all 3 of these together in one line, it's the same either way. All right. And then I will import java.io.file. In fact, I'll just do star because I might have to do some exceptions. All right, and we're good here. Yes, I'll save it, put it the same place I always put it, and save. Now, we already know that there's an unreported exception, file not found. This is a checked exception. So as it is an checked exception, we do have to either put it surrounded by a try catch or put throws up there. But I'm going to be a little bit more mature in my programming and actually put a try catch here. So file not found, exception, whatever variable name you want there, that's fine. Oh, and then system out println could not find the file. All right, and that'll do it. Now, we've seen this, it opened fine, but let's go ahead and actually read it. So if we look at the scanner API online, there's all sorts of great, useful methods out there. So one of the best ones is in.hasNext. And this hasNext method returns a true or false if there's a next string. So I'm going to say while n.hasNext equals true. And while there's more, I'm just going to say string input equals n.next. I'm going to get the next string. I'll say system out println input. And at the very end, when I'm all done with it, I'm going to close it. So it's all closed nicely. Closing a file is a good idea. It's optional when you're reading it, but when you're writing it, you have to do that. So let's go ahead and run this. Yay! Let's see here. Let's look at all these numbers. Are these the right numbers? Hey, they are the right numbers. 330, 429, all the way to 471. Not bad. So let's look at it again. There's several parts. So when we open a file with Scanner, first we have to have the file name. That's just a string. And then we have to actually have the file right here. And then we create a new scanner. And of course, I put this all in one line. So scanner in equals new scanner. which I pass in a new file, which I pass in the string a name. And then while, I could do in dot has next end, in dot has next double, in dot has next line, whatever. It's all in the API. And then I can get it in dot next, next end, next double, next boolean, next line. You should be familiar with that. So everything that you've used with scanner, with getting keyboard, also works the same with getting it from the file. That's why I like using the scanner class. So if I'm getting input from the internet or from a file, it works all the same.